Alright, so we are back with another D&D Movie Time, and I'm just going to go ahead and I think we're going to cap off Alien Month with Predator 2. And, she's just going to put it on mute real quick. If she can find the controller. I'll just edit this part out.
Well, it is a bad line. Ah!
Just mute.
I'm trying! Okay. Play. That wasn't me.
Anyways, so yeah, we're just gonna finish with Predator 2 this month. Now, this is gonna have a lot of people, of course, you know. It's gonna be very different than Predator 1, I will let you know that. And you'll finally get one of the jokes I've been making for a long time with you.
What?
Well, you gotta wait till the movie to find out.
What?
But, yeah, I don't know. We'll see how she feels about this movie at the end of it. So, yeah. I don't remember exactly who did this, but I do know some of the casts. So, that'll be another thing we'll talk about, too, during the review.
But this is the review.
No, this is the pre. Like, what are you expecting from this movie? You know, this is where you're getting your before reaction, and then after we show the trailer to the audience, which is a representation of us actually watching the movie, which is what we do, then we come back with the review and you explain the movie and kind of give your thoughts on things throughout the movie. You're not supposed to be just telling the movie, you're supposed to be telling the movie what happened and kind of what your thoughts were as each thing happened. So, alright, we're going to go ahead, jump right into this, and finish Alien Month with
Predator
2.
See you in a bit.
Los Angeles, 1997. It's the hottest summer on record. Pollution is choking the city. The gangs control the streets.
It has not been a nice day!
As bad as things are, they're about to get worse. Much worse. Whoever killed him's gonna pay. I'ma finish it. It has almost no weight, but it cuts like steel. Incredible. Whoever did this took out 4 men armed with machine guns by hand. You don't know what you're dealing with. Otherworld life forms, drawn by heat and conflict. He's on safari. Lions. Tigers. Bears. Oh my. Danny Glover. Gary Busey. Rubén Blades. María Conchita Alonso. Bill Paxton. Predator 2. He's in town with a few days to kill this Thanksgiving.
Alright, so we just finished Predator 2. Cora, what was this movie about?
So basically, hang on. Basically, police officers are working on a case, but all of a sudden, the people, the thieves or whatever, I don't know, I forgot.
Criminals. gang members
all of a sudden get killed. So the police all look to who killed the gang members, and then the same thing happens as a voodoo game, macabre thing. So our main character is trying to figure out what is this thing. And then later he realizes that it only kills people with armed weapons.
And then the FBI shows up, reveal that this has happened before, and they talk about the events of the first movie.
Well, at least briefly.
Then we get a big showdown between the main character and the Predator after it takes out the FBI, right?
Which I don't know why they always make like the higher thing kind of non-thinkable, because like in Alien they want to take the xenomorph and experiment on and make it a war weapon, and in this movie they want to study it for I don't know why. They just want to study it and probably also make it a war weapon.
Well, that's a common thing with aliens. I mean,
Yeah, but still, you still should be worried, because if it's going out killing people, then instead of freezing it and trying to bring it back, or trying to freeze it and study it, why don't you go ahead and kill it?
Well, because you can learn more from something that's alive than you can from something that's dead.
Yeah, but just be more careful.
And they didn't just want to study the alien, they wanted to study its technology, its ship.
Well, maybe we should have gone down the elevator with a giant hole.
They didn't know about it.
Maybe they should.
But alright, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll give our final thoughts and scores. See y'all in a minute.
Bye.
The following trailer contains some spoilers for books 1 through 5.
The North Pole has fallen. The Guardian is in a coma. The light is hidden away. While the darkness feeds, and the forces of evil gain a foothold, slowly sapping all the good and magic from the world. Now, what remains of the side of good takes refuge in the only place left to them. Can the current Santa be saved? Can the side of light face off with darkness? Or will the earth be destroyed? Find out in this epic conclusion, The Guardian of Light, Book 6, The Dark War.
In the shadowed night beneath the moon's cold gaze, darkness whispers tales of ancient broken ways. The North Pole shivers, hearts entwined in fear, as whispers of betrayal echo loud and near. Brave souls abandoned the glittering light, as the battle rages on in eternal night. We rise from the ashes, hold on to our light. Through shadows that linger, we'll too. She stands strong with memories in his clash. Former Santas guide him, their spirits all touch. But in the chaos, a hero takes his bride. Joe's sacrifice fuels the hope that ignites. My father's magic, a flicker in the dark, awakens a spark, a forgotten spark. We rise from the ashes, hold on to life. Through shadows that linger, we'll conquer the night. From pain and betrayal, a new dawn shall move. Together we'll fight, break free from hunger too. But the darkness has claimed what was once full of cheer. As the echoes of Christmas fade, we still persevere.
All right, Cora, starting with you. On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give Predator 2?
10 out of 10 is pretty good, but I think it was this movie that started the Predator vs. Aliens or Alien vs. Predator franchise.
Yep, it was.
Because there was one tiny Easter egg on the end. Well, our main characters go inside this alien ship, and then you see a room for bones.
Skulls.
Skulls, bones, basically same thing. A skull is a type of bone.
Okay, come on.
And guess what type of skull we see?
Right.
A xenomorph skull.
Yep. Did you have a favorite character?
The main character.
Murtaugh from Lethal Weapon?
Yeah.
But you did not get it right away. I thought you would have since we reviewed all 4 of those movies. Did you have a favorite scene? Want some candy?
Yeah.
Now you know where I got that from.
Yeah, but the fact is you barely say it.
Anything else you want to say about this movie before we move on?
No!
Alright, then moving on to my score. On a scale of 1 to 10, I wouldn't necessarily say it's the best. There were some issues. But I would definitely give this like a 9 out of 10. Like I said, there's a few minor little detail issues. Just over time, some things didn't, progress well, special effects wise. But I do like this story a lot more, rather than the previous one, which was just trying to get through a jungle, essentially. And you get more interaction, I think, with the Predator in this one, too. And it's a lot more interesting because it's through a city. And Danny Glover does a real good job of kind of outsmarting the Predator several times. Like when it's trying to activate its little nuclear bomb, he actually manages to cut off its wrist so it can't finish. So that's one thing. But yeah, I would say I kind of enjoy this. I mean, I might be me and Cora might be in a minority here, because I know most Predator fans prefer the original, but I actually like this one just a little bit more. I think it's just a little bit better than the first. Not taking anything away. I liked Arnold in the previous one, but I don't know. Just also there was several cast members from Aliens in this one, so. The music still very heavily reminded me of like Roger Rabbit, Back to the Future. It sounded like the exact same music from the first one, so I mean it's still on par as far as music goes. And I kind of like the inclusion of like a voodoo gang, because I've always kind of felt like the Predator race looks very Jamaican with those long dread tentacle things. It looks like the dreads that a lot of Jamaican men have. So, but all right, that's gonna go ahead and wrap up Alien April. Next month is May. So, Cora, are you ready to go into outer space a long, long time ago in a galaxy far, far away? No more excuses. I never watched Star Wars. And then at the end of that month, we'll probably have you rank all the 9 movies. Yeah, we're going to try to get through all 9 of the main movies all in 1 month. So, you'll get some extra reviews from us. We might put out like 3 a week or 2 a week. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But alright, that's going to wrap this up. We will see you all in the next episode.